Hello. Thank you for tuning into my instructional video series, How to Manipulate Scripture in a Way That Suits Your Bigotry, Hatred, and Misogynistic View of the World. This is part 1 of the series titled, Lording Over Your Woman. The first step in crushing the will and spirit of your woman is to memorize Ephesians 5:22 through 24. You will need to quote this scripture to your woman at times when she becomes willful and forgets her place. It may go a little something like this.
Hello, my dearest husband. How was your day at work?
My day was difficult. I am very tired and really hungry. What did you make for dinner?
Red meat surrounded by potatoes of some kind.
Yum. My favorite.
I need to ask you something.
What is it?
The girls and I would like to plan a girls' night out.
When?
Next Saturday night.
Where do you plan to go?
We were thinking of going to see a movie.
What movie? Maybe I will join you.
We will most likely watch a movie that is funny and yet touching in some way. It is likely that there will be a cute animal in a leading role, or perhaps an unlikely romance that is spelled out in the first 5 minutes of the film. The bright colors and hipster music will distract us from the overused plot and the terrible acting. We plan to cry at the end.
That doesn't sound like my kind of movie. Would you consider seeing something involving gun violence or unrealistic car chase scenes?
No.
How about something futuristic? A movie that spent its budget on mind-numbing special effects and didn't have enough money to pay for good acting. How about something like that?
No.
Then I don't want to go.
I would like to go see a movie with my friends. Without you.
I don't think it's a good idea for you to go without me.
Why not?
You are my woman. You depend on me for safety and decision-making. Without me, you won't know what to do in an emergency. I can't risk letting you go alone.
I won't be alone. I will be with my friends. I am perfectly capable of taking care of myself in an emergency.
At this point in the conversation with your woman, it is important that you do not reveal your insecurities. You are afraid that if your woman goes out with her friends, she might meet a man that is bigger, stronger, and much better looking than you are. You are afraid she will realize that not all men are as controlling and as hard to live with as you are. But you cannot let your woman know about your fears and feelings. Instead, attack her personally in some way. This may be when you decide to accuse her of overspending, not keeping up with housework, eating too much, or adultery. If for some reason you do not wish to make her cry right away, you may want to start by attacking a friend or a family member. Like this. Who will be going to the movie?
Carol, Beth, Marla, Laura, and myself.
Marla?
Yes.
I don't think it's a good idea for you to go to a movie with Marla. She is divorced. She is not a very good example of a Christian. People might see you with her and think you are condoning her lifestyle.
Her lifestyle?
Marla doesn't have a man in her life to make decisions for her. Women like that think too much of themselves. They have all kinds of ideas that without the influence of a level-headed man could be dangerous to a married woman like you.
Oh, really? What kind of ideas?
Men. Do not indulge your woman by answering her seemingly simple questions. She will only twist your words and confuse you with reason. You already know there is no real basis for your argument. So, now it is time to simply put your foot down and put her in her place. Like this, I will not allow you to go to the movie without me. Even though you may not see it now, this is the right decision. You will thank me for it later.
What if I decide to go with my friends without your consent?
Ephesians 5:22 says, Wives, submit to your own husbands, as you do to the Lord. I am your husband and I say, you can't go to the movie. If you go without my consent, you will be going against not only my will, but the will of God. Do you want to go against what God says and burn in the fires of hell for all eternity?
No.
Good then. That settles it. Now, don't you think you should set the table? At this point your woman may begin to sulk or cry. Pay no attention to her tears. Her feelings are meaningless and will pass with time. It is also important that when you are referencing Ephesians, you do not go beyond verse 24. If you put these verses into the context in which they were written, it will be very difficult to make your case and crush the will of your woman. When dealing with a woman, it is always better to keep it simple. I hope you have enjoyed this episode in my instructional video series, How to Manipulate Scripture in a Way That Suits Your Bigotry, Hatred, and Misogynistic View of the World. Join me in part 2 of this series, How to Rationalize Hating People That You Don't Understand. Goodbye.